So this Lonzo Ball thing, we've had this discussion on the air and off. If I was Boston, I'd just screw with the Lakers. First of all, I like him anyway. It's not like I don't like him. If I liked him, I'm like, if I'm the Red Sox, I can actually get in the Yankees' head. If I'm Alabama football, I can get in Auburn's head, Kentucky and Kansas's head. What do you think? Who do they take number one?
I think they take Fultz if they keep the pick. But I agree with you. If I'm Boston, I'm messing with the Lakers. Because I do feel like the Lakers definitely want Lonzo Ball, no matter what they're saying. Of course, they're smart to say other things. And if they get any of these other guys, as greatly talented as they are, Josh Jackson, Jason Tatum, Markelle Fultz, to me, it's just another young hotshot that needs to get his, right? Just like D'Angelo and Brandon Ingram and Jordan Clarkson and the rest of the guys they have, Julius Randle. You bring in Lonzo Ball, he's bringing everything together. That's what he does, is make other people better and create unity on the team, on the court. And that's what the Lakers need. They have a lot of young talent. They don't really need another young, talented guy that wants to shoot the ball all the time. So I would go with Lonzo Ball. And if I'm Boston, I'm putting it out there that I want Ball. And if you want him, Lakers, you're going to have to give something up.
Yep, that's
right?
Exactly. There's a lot of games. You know, Mel Kiper used to always say this. He's like, listen, I know I get manipulated around the draft. And so there's a lot of stuff said before. NFL draft, NBA draft. And let me tell you, this Lakers now, you know, we're not really that interested. You and I know it. We live in this city. Alonzo Ball is who the Lakers want.
No question.
And I think they're right on that. Now, Scottie Pippen, do we have the Scottie Pippen bite? Scottie Pippen is saying yesterday, it's kind of interesting that Steph Curry, well, here's Scottie Pippen from yesterday.
He's not the best player on either team. Even though he's a two-time MVP or unanimous MVP, right now, he's not the best player on his team.
Why can't none of these stars embrace Steph? What is it, man? Fastest scorer in league history. Nobody likes him.
Well, first of all, Scottie was admitting on national TV that he wasn't a dominant player because he was never the best player on his team when he was winning championships with Michael Jordan. Okay, was Shaq or Kobe not dominant? I guess Kobe, because Shaq was the best player on the team. Kobe was still dominant. So who wasn't dominant, Magic or Kareem? You know, like, you have to be the best player on your team to be dominant. That's ridiculous.
Go look at the Celtics with Russell and Havlicek and Casey Jones.
Exactly. I mean, come on, man. It's like, I look, with current players, I think the reason some of them have issues with Steph, and I've talked to some about this, is because Steph, you have to guard him, and he'll light you up. But then he doesn't guard you, the opposing point guards. So it's kind of like a sucker punch. Like, I got you, and then you run away, and you don't give me a chance to get back at you.
Because Klay Thompson generally picks up.
And it's smart by the Warriors.
Because Klay's a great defender.
Yeah, it's smart strategy. It's not Steph's fault. But that is why some guys do kind of look at him differently and say, well, you know, it's basketball. It's not just shooting. It's both ends of the court. The thing is, very few of the point guards are great defenders.
You know,
but at least they feel like at least they try.
Here are the two players in American sports that are great but get a lot of pushback. Russell Wilson, Seahawk quarterback, and Steph. Both are mature. Yeah. Both are good emotional, even temperament.
Good families, strong families.
Like, it's interesting, right?
Yeah.
Like, people love Cam, but they don't like Russell. And Russell's a better player. People are all over Steph Curry. Comes out with a shoe. Let's be honest. Is it Russell Wilson and Steph, to some degree, kind of burb kids? And does it create some resentment in the league?
I hope not, but it seems like that. You just hit it on the head. It seems like that is an issue.
How can Russell be 50-50 love in his locker room? They were a losing franchise before him.
Unbelievable. You know, they're clean cut. As you said, they're from the suburbs. They came from, you know, money. They're, you know, family guys.
Yeah, kind of religious.
Both of them are actually religious. And I hope that's not the case, because and let's face it, we're talking about the African-American community, because it's a lot of African-American players that have trouble with Russell. And obviously in the African-American, you know, African-Americans dominate basketball. So a lot of the players you talk to are having issues with Steph. But I would say that when we all talk about uplifting the black community, that's what we want. We want more Steph Currys and Russell Wilson.
I used to
we want guys coming from great families and getting educations and having legitimate marriages and raising their children up. You know, that's what we want.
Well,
so people got to start thinking about that when they criticize those
I used
guys.
to always say that when people would say Obama was detached, and I used to say, why? Because he doesn't run to his Twitter account? Like, is that?
Thank you.
That's a weakness? I like my president to have some ability to go, all right, that hurt. I'm going to take a deep breath, not sprint to his Facebook account.
Yeah, no question.
Okay,
no question.
so I just paid my pick. I picked Cavaliers in 7, and I don't do it with apprehension. I think they have right now, because the coaching, at least I know who I get. I think their bench is equal at least. I think they have rest, but not too much rest. I think Golden State does. I think right now Kyrie, Love, and LeBron are playing the best they've ever played. Their chemistry is fantastic. I think they have a more physical roster, and the finals, historically, they allow for more physical play. I think it's a great series. Have you laid out your prediction yet?
Yeah, you've thought long and hard about this. So I respect your pick because I do think the Cavs have a great shot. I'm picking the Warriors in 6.
Is it a good series?
Oh, yeah, I think it's going to be a very good series. I think hopefully the games are close. I have this theory. I don't know. It's not fully unpacked, but I just wonder if we see more blowouts nowadays because of the three-point shot.
Oh, I think we do.
And I don't like that because I don't want to see 5 or 6 blowouts. Last year it was 6 blowouts and then a great game 7, a close game 7. I want to see close games.
You know what threes have done? Remember why they allow so many threes? The theory on threes initially was if you're down by 12 late, you're 4 shots out. But what they've actually done a little bit of that, but what they've done more of is if you get down early, big, it's discouraging. So we initially thought the 3 was great because a team could catch up.
Yep.
The problem is if a team gets hot from 3 and another team's cold and just shooting that low percentage shot, it's 24-6.
Yeah.
And so what it does close the gap more quickly, but it also creates more blowouts. Adam Silver was on the show yesterday. And of his many topics, one, he talked about the super team, but he also talked about the one and done. You played college basketball. And I think it's very interesting where I believe this. I believe all players should have a choice. Carmelo Anthony could have gone to the pros. The reason he went to college is Carmelo wanted to be a top 10 pick. I still think a majority of great high schoolers, will go to college because they'll say, I can go from 18th, unknown, see me play at Duke in Kentucky, known, be good in the tournament. What is your takeaway? Adam Silver seems to be suggesting, now that they've gotten all the financial stuff done, the TV negotiation, they're going after this. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I think that I heard you say earlier, I believe, nobody benefits from the schools benefit.
Kentucky's supposed to, but I don't know they do.
I think the schools I think it's exploitation. I think the players don't benefit at all. The NBA doesn't benefit at all. But the college basketball benefits because you get to see these players, these superstar players for 1 year.
And they advertise it, promote it.
The Krzyzewskis. And imagine if the best players in the country were no longer playing in college, even if it's only 1 year. So I think that's the height of exploitation because you can't even argue that they're getting any sort of education now. So what are they there for? For you to exploit them. So my feeling is what's fair is that players could go straight out of high school. If you're 18, you graduate from high school or don't graduate, you can go work at McDonald's or somebody. Nobody cares. Nobody says, oh, we got to get him an education. You just go get a job, auto body shop, whatever. But these basketball players, we want to put up the facade that we want them to get an education.
And it's a joke.
It's not. Now, I think what would be best for basketball at both the collegiate and the professional level would be if they went like 2 years. But if you had to stay 2 years.
But not everybody in every family is collegiate.
No, I agree. I'm just saying for the game of basketball. I think now what's fair, like I said, you come straight out of high school if you're ready. But I think what would be better for the product, I think the quality of play in college would improve if these great players had to stay 2 years.
Oh, I agree.
I think the quality of the NBA would improve if they had to stay 2 years. They would come in. Michael Jordan stepped into the NBA averaging 28 points a game.
So did Duncan.
28.
Yeah.
Duncan was
Finished
ready.
product.
Now, LeBron was an aberration. He came right out of high school at 20, but nobody else did. Players now, if Lonzo Ball comes out next year and averages 8 points, we're not going to be like, he's a bust. We're going to be like, well, give him time. Like Brandon Ingram, give him time. We have to wait and see. You wouldn't have to wait and see as long if they stayed 2 years in college. So I'm for either let them come straight out of high school or you stay 2 years. And I think that the Players Association, I believe, has some affinity to that. Like it's either, like baseball, you can either come straight out or you have to stay 2 years.
Yeah.
So there's some thought about that.
I am for choices for young people in America after 18, but I thought it was interesting nonetheless. One more chance to back out and take your Cavs. Nope, not going to do it.
Man, I'm telling you, there's a big part of me that would like to see them.
It's better
win.
for the NBA.
It's better for the NBA. Isn't it better for us?
Oh,
Because the GOAT conversation continues and really gets heightened, right? You think it's over. But whatever the case, it continues. If he loses, if LeBron loses,
it's over.
Barring something
officially
unrealistic, right? Barring him like winning 4 straight after that, it's over. Sorry.
Okay.
But he's second best. Is there
Colin
something
might
wrong
not
with that?
show up for work
Being
the
better than
next
Magic
day.
and Kareem and Wilt?
Yeah,
man?
like
that's a problem.
We've reduced LeBron's career to a stinker.
Exactly.
History of basketball, second best bum. Chris Broussard hits the hurt.